Good day. I am here to do a reading about what is holding you back in your, could be your life, career, but I'm focusing on, as an entrepreneur, what is holding you back from stepping forward. Okay, we are going to get started here. What is holding you back? Wow. There is something with things happening in, it's like things happen, a whole bunch of things happen at once, and then there's nothing, and then a whole bunch of things happen, and then there's nothing. That's what the energy feels like. It doesn't feel like a steady flow for me right now. So there is something here for you to understand that as an entrepreneur, sometimes that is how the energy is. We can have that steady flow, but until we have that consistency of who we are in what we are putting out, sometimes we hold ourselves back a bit, and then we get the momentum, and then we pull ourselves back, and then that's when everything starts pulling back. Yes, we do not need to have to work all of the time, but there are times when, we put all our effort in, and we're manifesting, and we're doing the things, we're listening to our intuition, everything is flowing, but then all of a sudden it kind of is at a standstill, and then we kind of feel like we've plateaued, and then it kind of drops down, and then we wait for that big burst again. That can happen in many businesses. So we're going to find out what it is that is stopping us and that is holding us back for not having that steady flow. Okay. 8 of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, the Temperance, and the 7 of Swords. Okay, what I'm feeling here is there's a sense here of I almost feel like there's sometimes that there is this disbelief in your abilities, in your connection with source. Sometimes we get into a space where we're like, well, hey, I've been working so hard. Why is this not just coming to me? Myself, it has happened to me as well. So you're not alone in this. Many entrepreneurs go through this, but what they're sharing with me is for you to, it's a space for you to step up your intuition, step up your knowing, step up, and trusting yourself in this process rather than, what if it doesn't work? I'm not seeing 1 foot in, 1 foot out, but I'm seeing this space of, you're in, but there's just this little piece that is going, but what if, right? But what if, right? And there's something here for you to understand and see that things, everything is there for you. Okay. We don't have to, have 1 foot ready to step on the brakes. Okay. There's something to being all in all in trusting. It is a space that we need to work toward. It took me years to get there. Yes, I knew what I wanted. Yes, I knew what I had to do and all of the things, but there was a space of, maybe, I didn't want to be seen the way, or I didn't know how to be seen the way I wanted to. So there's something here for you to really discover about. Everything is right there. Okay. Walking away from the things that, they're talking about what's holding you back. So I guess staying in the spaces that the energy is not conducive for you to find that success. Being with around the people, doing the things. It is like, it's living authentically. Where are you not living authentically on this journey? There's a space here for you to realize that everything is ebb and flow. everything, you need to see who you are when things are tough. You need to see who you are when things are not in that consistent win space energy. Okay. There's a space here for you to really be pushing yourself up to the next level. When we are in that lower energy, and when things are not, when our business is not running, you know, it's a space for you to discover more of your creativity, bringing up your energy, a space where you are discovering more of who you are in order to create the business that you want. Okay. There's something here about you need to steer your own ship. There's no excuses. There is no victim. There is none of that as an entrepreneur. If that is all you do as an entrepreneur, there cannot be any excuses. Okay. There is only inwardness to discover the answer, to discover the path that you need to take, belief in yourself, finding that inner magic and allowing it to come to the surface and shine. So where are you not finding that inner magic? Where are you not using that creativity that you have within you to create a successful business? We can have success and then all of a sudden it dials back, and success and dials back. This is what I am talking about. Okay. There is a space here for you to find that balance between having to work all the time and pulling yourself back to just allow things to be what they need to be. Sometimes we need the break in our business. Okay. There's times when I'm like, okay, well, why is it so slow? And then I sit with it and I'm like, oh, okay, I need to go and recalibrate. The Temperance is telling you to recalibrate, really being, this is a time for me. Spirit is saying, take care of yourself, nurture self, be within. What is the next thing you might be figuring out to do? What is, just being who we are. And who we need to be in this process. Okay. Time to take a nap. Oh, wow. Yeah. Sometimes that's the way it is. I will go, for instance, I'll go to a market and it'll be a slow market. And I never once worry about what I paid, how much money I'm getting. It is a space where I go, okay, Spirit is telling me I need a break. I'm taking this space because if I was at home, I would be working or I would be, doing the things. So I take that space and allow it to be what it is. Allow myself to sit in it and know that I am protected through that is just how that is. Poised. So this is allowing you to become that person that you need to be for this new life, for this life of being being as an entrepreneur, this life of being who you are, who you're meant to be. Okay. King of Wands, a space for you where you not being fully creative in your space, in your business, where you not cashing in on these ideas that you get, where you not, advocating for yourself, putting yourself out there, advertising for yourself, being who you truly are. There is a treasure within you that you have not even scratched the surface toward. Okay. They're showing me a treasure box, but it's closed and it is not opened up. It is not there. So there's something more within you that you need to discover, and that is holding you back. There is something more that is deeper within you, some creative aspect, an edge to yourself, an edge to your business that is going to bring you all the fundamentals that you need to have that success, to be in a space where things are what you are dreaming of for your business. Okay, Page of Swords. So the beginning of ideas, the beginning of your magic and your creativity is coming through. This is just the beginning of your business. I know, like, I feel that many times, and I've been doing this for almost 15 years. So I'm always feeling like there's a brand new beginning. I'm shifting all the time. I'm moving how I am told to navigate. There's some awareness coming in that is going to help you break free and discover how to open that treasure chest that's within you. Okay, there is something here. They're showing me a key, but you have to be in awareness to find this key, or to be given the key, or for the key to be presented for you to step into more of who you are. Okay, Knight of Wands, the King of Wands, Knight of Wands. This is all about passion. The wands are all about passion, and it is time for you to start stepping toward those things that, you know, might be scary, that you are uncertain of where that journey is going to take you, and move toward it, and allowing you to be guided without the roadmap, allowing you to be guided by your intuition, not by your thoughts, not by, you know, this ego that is telling you how to turn, where to turn, when to turn, allowing yourself to be just in the passenger seat for a little while. Okay, where is it taking you, where you don't have to plan, where you don't have, sometimes the best things that happen to us are when we do not plan anything. We just go to the open road and take the road that is hey, let's go here, let's go here, and you find the most beautiful discoveries in that. Okay, rather than being that rigid planning that needs to, you know, you have the roadmap of exactly how you're going to get to your destination. There's so many twists and turns on the road that if we only are rigid in one path, we miss out on so much beauty. We miss out on discovering who we are, using our own creative aspects of ourselves, all of that. Okay, Ace of Wands. My gosh, this is a time, this is the period. What is holding you back from being who you are in a deep, deep way, from being, you know, this person that is wanting to break free and have this freedom of choice, have this freedom of, you know, love, if it's love. But what is holding you back from, okay, so what I am getting is there's, what's holding you back is you discovering more of who you are. Who are you? Deep down in your soul, what is your soul speaking to you? Okay, what is it that you are needing to discover? Okay, connection. That is what's holding you back. Your connection to spirit, pulling yourself back, sitting more, being in your own awareness more, being in the quiet more, being, you know, we tend to feel like as an entrepreneur, we have to put ourselves out there. We have to be continuing this content online. Do we have to be in that space? Ask yourself, do we have to continually push our product out? That answer, I mean, I'm not going to tell people not to do it. You do not have to be doing that. If you are only doing it to be seen, to be in the spotlight, yes, we need to be seen and in the spotlight. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is there's an aspect here to pull yourself back. Allow people to find you. Allow you to sit and see, is this the right way, is to push yourself out there? Is that the best way for your business? Or is it to create something that is going to get people talking? Okay. If you never sit back to create it, people can't talk about it. Okay. People only see what they see, right? So it's pulling yourself back, showing who you are, like kind of in the background of things. Maybe your content is through a podcast, not through all of the social media stuff. Maybe your content is going to come through your YouTube. Maybe your content is going to come through your newsletter where you teach and you put your stuff out there through those writings, okay? Or however it looks for you. But if you continue to feel like you have to do something, then it's not in alignment. It is not in alignment. I can tell you, I know many entrepreneurs in this platform that I am on as a spiritual person. Many have pulled themselves away from social media. Do you think that that's helping their business? It probably will in the long run, right? It's like, if they have to come on every day to put out what they're doing, then it's too much effort. It is too much of being not in alignment. Yes, if you're called to do it, if that's where you're put, then do it, right? That is what that is about. But there's something here for you to really sit back, really connect deeper to your soul and discover more of those aspects of yourself to know where your platform is. Okay. 3 of Wands, what's holding you back, right? There's something here. They're showing me you're not stepping into what you need to step into. What are you afraid of? What is stopping you from fully stepping in, from being all in? Yes, what do you have to lose? Yeah, you might have something to lose. But do you really? It's all something that goes toward where you're going. It goes toward your destination. But if you never step into the destination, then how do you get there? How do you get there, right? So there's something you're not stepping into. That is one of the things that's holding you back. And it's holding you back from your abundance. And they're showing me that it's a lot has to do with your head. A lot has to do with, yeah, but, or I'm not calling you a victim, but sometimes we become victims. If only this would have happened, I could have been here. Or, if, there's so many things that we do all the time. Like for me, I can blame social media of people not seeing my, of the algorithms. No, yeah, people don't see my stuff anymore. I know that because people have contacted me and told me. But that doesn't mean that I blame social media and it's just, I go down that rabbit hole. No, it is me going into a space. Okay, how do I need to be more creative in getting my stuff out there and what I am putting out there? Okay, right now I put out my readings. That is it. I have not been posting anything about how deep I go with the soul, the coaching and all of that. And I'm just sitting back and waiting for that creativeness to spark in order to put that stuff out there. Most everything that I have that comes to me is through word of mouth. So I am content with that right now. So there is a space here for you to step more into what are your dreams and start asking yourself, every choice you make, is this getting you closer to that target that you are working toward? They're showing me a target. They're showing me red on the outside, white, and then red and white. And they're showing me it's like a target on the ground. So it's not like on a wall or on a tree or something like that. It is like a standalone target where you're aiming toward it. So maybe there is something here for you need to stand alone and be your own entity in this world of so many people doing the same things or whatever, right? But they're showing me that you're very much in your head, okay? Seal, business contract, documents, gift of money, okay? They're showing me, for some of you, what business documents do you need that is holding you back? We can wait on documents to come in and just sit, or we can wait on documents to come in and create. That is one space that is, if you are waiting on something, you are sitting idle, and it is not helping you when the documents come in. Be prepared when the documents come in. This is my next step. Okay. You can create your next step in waiting. Okay. It's like wanting to find the right business space. Do you just wait for that space and then start to create a store that you want to open? No, you watch for the right space. In the meantime, you've done your logo, you've got your signage ready, you've got, your shelving in the store, or whatever it is, right? You do all of those things in the background for when this space appears and you're ready. You're ready to hit the, how do you say that? Hit the road running? No, hit the floor running? I don't know. Whatever. But there's a space here for you to, what are you doing while you're waiting? Okay. I feel like there's something, paperwork for some of you that you have to get done. Why are you procrastinating on the paperwork? Yes. Like, for instance, taxes. I dislike doing all of it. So I just kind of, it's a bad thing. It's a bad habit. And then when the time comes, I'm like, oh my gosh, why didn't I do some of this before throughout the year? So really being in a space of, why aren't you doing it? I ask myself that every year. But anyway, I know the answer. But there's a space here for you to, and if you're uncertain, do some journaling. Really, seriously, they're showing me writing. So do that. Tree, it says here, okay? It says financial growth is coming to fruition, abundance. So they're also showing me stability. They're showing me being in nature. If you are stuck, go out in nature. Why? What's holding you back? Maybe you don't know. Go out in nature. Go get the answers, but don't just sit idly for the answers just to appear, because it doesn't. Yes, the answers do appear if you are going deep enough. And if you are struggling in that aspect, go into nature. Nature will tell you everything. And if not, it clears your mind to sit quiet again and to discover more, okay? There's something deeper within that is really showing up here for you to trust in what is. Look at this, wisdom. There's so much wisdom here that you are in your head so much that you're not hearing what needs to be done. So I mentioned about the treasure chest. They're showing me that this one is open with the 7 of Swords. And look at this here. There's a treasure chest behind him. He's just waiting to open. But they're showing me that there has been some past pains that have maybe taken you off it's taken you on a detour, okay? But they're showing me that if you sit in what you need to sit in and look at yourself deeply, you will discover that it wasn't about you, okay? And it'll put you back on the path. So if there's something that has happened and it has taken you off your path, realize that is one thing that is holding you back. Are you going to give up your power to that thing that happened, or are you going to be over here creating something that is worth creating, that is going to bring you to your complete joy and happiness? Okay, get creating. Be in a space where you're going to go towards something and trusting in it and really fully being in. I thank you for being here. I wish you much luck, and put a tree in the comments for growth, for abundance, for nature, for all of those beautiful things. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for continuing to watch my channel and subscribing. It means so much to me. And every time you hit that like button, it reaches someone that could use the guidance, and I appreciate that. Thank you, and have a magical day. Much love.